There's a change coming in the LEGO Star Wars universe. Space and time is falling apart and the galaxy is flipping on its head, with the release of the Disney Plus show Rebuild the Galaxy. We now have the official reveal for the flagship set based on the show, and that is the Dark Millennium Falcon. Welcome back to Talking Brickheads. Let's talk about it. So this is set 75389, a 1,579 piece, really unique looking build, coming in at £160, 190 US dollars, or 190 euros. Now it was leaked a few weeks ago, but we have the official reveal from LEGO now, and all I can say is, wow, I am excited. I think this set from first glance looks amazing and unexpected, but when you look down on the box art and see the minifigure lineup... Oh, beautiful. So, just a small disclaimer. I am not an expert in the lore of Star Wars. I watched the movies growing up as a kid, and I've tried to do my research while preparing this video, but if I do get anything wrong, please forgive me and correct me in the comments nicely. But let's start with the ship build itself first. It is very reminiscent, besides colour of course, to the soon-to-retire £150 Millennium Falcon set, and I'm certainly not mad at that. There's not too much to say purely from the fact that the majority of the structure is black, but I love the addition of the red and the grey accents, just preventing the build from looking too boring. And this cockpit piece is really cool in the printed black on trans red. The details are plentiful, and the recolor of the engines at the back from trans blue to trans red is also fantastic. So I just think overall the colour scheme has been executed brilliantly. But black and red rarely look bad together, and for an evil themed set, what better colour scheme could you think of? Moving on into the interior of the ship, and that is accessed by opening up the upper sections just like on the other Falcon set. The interior itself is not super detailed, but there is some really fun little Easter eggs in here, and the set clearly has been designed to lend itself to play. Unfortunately, it does seem like stickers are being used extensively in this set, and for a set of this price, I wish they had printed a few more of them. But when you think about the cost of printing things, and probably most of that quota has been used on the minifigs, which let's face it are the draw for this set, you can kind of understand it. So first of all, here we get a games console where Luke is playing what I think is to be a Mortal Kombat style version of Dejeric, featuring the Kintan Strider, Mantelian Savrip, and Hujux. Next to the screen is a game console build, and I'm pretty sure it's meant to be a white PS5. And to go along with this, Luke is holding a really nice printed controller tile. On the floor is a printed 1x2, which is supposed to be the game's case, and the seat Luke is on has a sticker. Again, like I said, it's going to be a theme here that there's a lot of stickers. Next to the gaming setup, we have a few builds that I'm not entirely sure what they are, but seem to be something to do with maybe the engines. There's this large printed round tile, and this trans red build structure, maybe a power source or some kind of chamber. Or I may be totally wrong. And then on the left of that is a storage box with some blue rounded bricks representing holograms. But unfortunately, these holograms are not printed. This back section balances details with playability, so of course it can't be too packed with builds, otherwise hands won't be able to get in there. But I'm actually really happy with the balance that they've come up with. Moving forward, the cockpit has space for 2 minifigures, and I'm going to assume that there will be a sticker for the controls, but in this angle that we see here, you can't actually tell. There's a corridor style build here, leading from the cockpit, which has stickers on the top. And moving on from there, that leads us into the command center of the Falcon. And we have Darth Jar Jar here sat on his throne, and we can see more stickers for the displays on the screens in front of him. In the background here, it's a little bit blurry, but if we look at a different image, you can see that there's bed builds here. I'm guessing a med bay or perhaps simply just sleeping quarters. But the builds are pretty good. It would have been cool to get some stickers of like maybe a vital signs on the wall or something like that if it really was a med bay, just to make that more clear. But overall, This build for the Falcon is great. There's a lot of space for those who want to have this as a playset, but if you close it up, it's going to look great for display too. Really a perfect balance between the two. Let's move on to the main draw of this set, and that is of course the minifigures, because these are some of the best we have seen from 2024 LEGO, and that's saying something. There are 6 characters in this set, and being based on the upcoming Disney Plus series, they're mostly new takes on fan favourites with an extra new character included. Starting on the left, there's Beach Luke. So we're going to get some really nice printing on this one. There's a necklace and pockets on the legs. Great touches, but my favourite part has to be the print for his Hawaiian shirt, because if you look closely, it's actually made of R2-D2 and Porgs alongside the classic flower and palm tree prints you would normally find here on Earth. Accessories wise, Luke is going to come with a blue milk carton, but the only shame about this minifigure is that the blue milk carton is just not printed, and that's a very minor thing to complain about, but it stands out. Next up is Jedi Vader. And he's going to come with some really amazing printing all over the body, from arm printing to incredibly detailed torso printing and some details on the legs. The mask is a bit of a letdown though, with it just being plain white. Really, it would have been great to see some light blue printing in the eyes, or just something to break up the stark white piece of plastic that this is. I do like Jedi Vader, and he was one of the most anticipated minifigures of this set, and I think he was almost done perfectly. It's just the mask that's let him down here. To the right of Vader, we have Bounty Hunter C-3PO, and I think this one is actually my personal favourite. C-3PO definitely has the best printing, head to toe, with the red accents around the eyes, the torso printing, the detailed wires and the leg and arm printing. All of it is just so well done. I love the one black arm they've given him. It's almost a case of like, oh look, he's got a black arm, he's evil now. But I just think that's quite funny. The only issue I do have with this one is, and it is being very picky, but I wish the silver leg was actually a dual mold rather than just a printed piece on the gold legs, because it's a little bit difficult to pick out, especially from afar, and considering it's broken into 2 printed sections, the gold band in the middle just is a little bit off-putting. As I said, we get a brand new character in this set, and that is Darth Dev. We don't know much about Dev at this point, but of course that will all be revealed in the show. I don't have too much to say about Dev here, just because he's a new minifigure, we don't know much about him, but the printing here is great, as with all the other minifigures so far. We've got some arm printing, leg printing, torso printing, and these are all representing his armor. Dev leads us on to the meme king himself, Darth Jar Jar. Considering the power over the fandom this guy has, I'm really surprised at the lack of detail here. I mean, he's the first minifig so far that doesn't have leg printing or arm printing, and the torso print here is kind of mid. It's a shame that he has been done so dirty, but just his inclusion in the set alone is 10 out of 10, so I'm not going to complain too much, but it would have been nice to maybe have the red eyes that were shown in the trailer for the series, and, you know, just general printing would have been nice for such a popular figure in this set. Finally, rounding out the lineup is Darth Rey, a pretty boring one here, again with no printing anywhere, but the torso and a plain black hood and cape. The only attractive thing about this one is the use of the binocular piece for the double lightsaber. So these are the minifigures overall. I love them, but I think each one just slightly misses the mark as far as being truly incredible, with a little detail here and there escaping the designers. But that really is just nitpicking because I love them, and I think that these ones are going to remain pretty iconic for some years to come. So this is the set. It's going to be one of my favourites for summer 2024 and will go on my wanted list for sure. But it's a bit pricey. So I think it's not unreasonable or outrageous considering the piece count and exclusive minifigures, but it is pricey. Really great set, but what are your favourite features? Let me know in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe for more content in the future. Thanks again for watching, see you next time, and happy building!